everybody, welcome to Texas Rose Miniatures. My name is Brian Rose, and we're going to be going over how to paint the Adeptus Auritus model that came as the free model from the GW store for this month. So I got this done in one day and figured I would actually edit it and stuff. Hope you enjoy. So I'm putting on a base coat of corn red, just kind of in all the areas that I want to be cloth. Corn red is a real pretty color. I think I'm going to end up going traditional with the or kind of or box art, which I think is technically called something like Sisters of Our Lady Martyr, or a Martyred Lady. Sorry, that's what it is. But in my mind's eye, I kind of want it to look kind of like a dark reddish cloth. And I think that corn red is a good color. I love the way that it goes on. Actually, I really love that color. And then, like most reds, it dries, where it doesn't look exactly that same color of red. On the GW page, it shows this part being a different color, kind of like a blackish red. I'm thinking I might use some like strong tone or something like that to kind of give it that little bit, or I don't know, maybe play around with some World Eaters red. Kind of give it like a burnt type look. This is a pretty cool looking sister. I know they're really popular. This is that free miniature I end up getting over at the GW store for this month. I also ended up getting the coin, so I'm kind of a personal thing on myself. I'm trying to get the minis and the coins where they kind of like line up, except for like last month's. Didn't really make sense. That was it was a death model with Sigmar coin. So I might end up painting a Sigmar to kind of like make it match. The real trick with a lot of these is not to get too fancy. Ended up trying to go too fast. Because when you end up doing that, you end up making more mistakes. You also want to make sure that your paint is thinned down to the correct consistency. A lot of times I don't do that as well as I would like. Some of it's kind of like I understand the concept, but actually doing the understanding the concept and being able to like execute the concept are two totally different things. You'll know if it's too thin and you'll know if it's too thick, because it just won't do kind of what you want it to do. And it's just finding that like sweet spot for each color. You can understand a concept and then like I get it like book-wise, and then I go to actually do it, and it is not always correct, you know. So you just gotta kind of find. You gotta find what works for you too. That's the other thing. Like, the consistency that works for my paint might not work for somebody who's way better than me. So that's just kind of that. But I do know that the like how I was painting before I started actually like looking at some of this, that has changed. So what if I go back and look at what I used to think was the correct way to paint, because I was like straight out of the pot. And you know, like some people can do really, really awesome things straight out of the pot. But it's actually not really good for the paint either, because then it starts to dry. Been kind of getting my dad into doing a little bit of this painting. He likes it. It's something creative. It's something I can do with my hands. It makes me feel like I've accomplished something, even if I haven't accomplished anything other than getting this toy painted. Because I'll just be 100% honest, they're toys. They're cool toys. They're toys I wish I had as a kid. That's why I have them now. But yeah, totally, it's all to play this game. But you gotta find kind of what works for you. So I got my dad started into this painting, you know, and like it's kind of interesting on the like. Well, I kind of think of it like Well, back when I was younger, what we did for work and stuff was, well, my dad still does it. He's a farrier, and so, like I'd go out and help out with the work and do stuff like that. And, you know, he'd be like, oh, it's just this real simple thing. And I'd be like, it's not that simple. And so it's kind of a interesting kind of switch for some of them. Like, here's what you do, you know. But so far he's been kind of like worried, what if I make a mistake? I was like, well, it's yours. Like, it won't be a mistake. But I got him in on that Lord of the Rings game. We still haven't played it. We got all we got that Pelennor Fields built up and stuff, so we need to play it. I'm hoping when next time I go visit him that we'll actually get some time to get a game in, because that's half of the fun. Like, I enjoy the painting aspect of it, but I really like to play with the models that I paint. I don't know, there's some people that absolutely hate this part of it. But I think it all boils down to the nobody likes to feel like they're bad at something. And when you start off with anything you start off with, you're gonna feel bad at it the first go around. Like, I'm absolutely awful at this editing, and so I'm kind of trying a new way of kind of filming it. I got a bunch of films to make, and part of the problem is I was just getting the action shots and then going to like voice over it. And so that's all fine and dandy, but then I'm like sitting there finding the different action shots, and I still might even cut over top of this, but it'll at least give me some talking points. So that's kind of the way that corn red kind of looks with it. There's a few spots where I missed, and I got a little bit of red where there's like some armor plating and stuff, but that's gonna be black, so honestly not that worried about it. See what the what a highlight of the World Eater Red is going to look like. I think it's going to look kind of cool, but you never know. Because it does kind of have like a little bit of a burnt type quality to it. So basic thought for this is to try to find where the light is going to naturally hit on the cloaks and stuff like that. So you're kind of like, you're basically adding light. Just little bits of sunshine. And we're of course gonna like bring them back up. We're gonna also bring them back down with some wash. I don't always use wash as religiously as other people tend to. I probably should use it more. I just bad at it. Well, no, it's not really that. It's just I like adding the highlights in kind of myself. But where the wash is going to be really nice is it's going to bring out like the little divots in this. I don't know if the camera is good enough to like see. There's like little button holes and stuff like that, so it'll be kind of nice for that. I know that there's like another style of painting where you do what's called edge highlighting, and you can get really good results when it's done right. When it is not done right, I do not like the look of it, and so here we are. So I'm trying to keep this color out of the little ridges that are kind of there, but I also don't want too stark of a contrast. Like you want contrast between like the shadow, like what is shadow and what is not in the shadow. But I'm kind of trying to do the in between. Kind of like if it was black and white, which that's supposed to be a good way to like look at your contrast in effect, is you kind of like you take a picture of it and then you like you see if it's like if it looks right. Like when you put it on to just black and white, like did I get these two colors mixed correctly? Trying to put that on too much, trying to rush, don't rush, don't rush. Enjoy. So I'd kind of run into like this weird thing with my painting where it was feeling more like a chore and less like fun with it, and so I've been trying to like change my mindset on these things, because like, well, when I explain it that way, it makes it sound like I don't like it, but I do like it. But I was more trying to get like the model onto the table being the end goal, or the models, I should say, like the whole army. Sometimes it's very, well, it is kind of like a chore there. I'm like, man, I want to do this for fun. Like, I just want to sit there and make the world go away. Like that Eddie Arnold song. Good song, I'd sing it right now, but then I wouldn't be able to use it. So I'm gonna sing it in my head. Yeah, I'm kinda digging that. It's not my best. It's I really like these, like the free models of the month. One of the things I like about it is sometimes I get kind of bored. I'm like, I just want to paint something different. Don't get me wrong, I love painting. My two armies the 40k armies that I've been working on are the orcs and the space wolves, and I absolutely love painting them. Don't get me wrong. The orcs actually have more fun building them. They're really fun to kind of build and kind of like, because you're just like throwing a bunch of stuff on it. But then, like halfway through, you're like, oh god, I'm gonna have to paint that. And then, like, if I really care about the model, it's very hard. For me to paint it, which I guess goes back to that whole not wanting to make a mistake. Yeah, this is kind of what we got going for it so far. So I got the three colors here. I got the strong tone, red tone, and light tone. It's kind of the red tone. It's kind of like that, and then add a little bit of that dark tone. Peanut in my chocolate. Cool. And then I'm just going to carefully kind of put it first in the dark areas. And these ones are from Army Painter. You don't have to use Army Painters. You can use whatever you like. Anthrax Earth Shade would also be really good with this one. More strong tone on this part. So essentially what I'm kind of doing is I'm putting like a filter. It's kind of like when you put sunglasses on. second it'll change the way the colors kind of look. Try to pull some of this off so it doesn't coffee stain. Large panel area and then no coffee stain. So this is where we're at right here with the model. You'll notice that there's like some stuff that I've done on it that I haven't shown, but this is what it looks like with that wash drying on it and everything like that. There was more footage of the wash the wash going on, but the camera ended up dying on me halfway through, and I didn't realize that. But here's kind of what it looks like as we're kind of like done with that first section. Hope you enjoyed the video on how to paint the Adeptus Sororitas. I tried a new technique on how to actually film doing it, and hopefully I finished my backlog of other videos that I have filmed but just not edited. If you liked it, awesome. If you didn't, well, you know, that's also awesome as well. So, yep, have a good one.